Hey, hey, hey.
What's up?
Not much. I just I just got out of the shower myself, so I just got out of the shower, so I'm squeaky clean. At least I hope I am. I managed to get some build I mean sorry, I got to make sure I'm keeping my voice down.
Yeah, I don't want you to raise your voice to me.
No. No, but yeah, I did some building today and hang on. Ta-da!
Nice.
That's it. Base Gundam Astray blue frame. I decided I was gonna build. I decided I was gonna. Yeah, I was gonna build the base Gundam Astray blue frame. It was like, you know what? Switch. If you've got any blue frame parts with my Kit Bash blue frame, uh, just swap them out and just build the just build the base blue frame instead.
All right. All
So
right.
that's what
So
I
let
did.
me get this out of the way real quick, Mike, and
Yeah.
then we will get right
Okay.
back to you. Hey, everybody! This is Web C here from Web C Official, and we are starting our weekly live Wednesday night. What's in the hangar? So everybody that's over there on YouTube, why don't you guys get out here and hang out with us? I'll constantly be looking back and forth. You're going to see a lot of the back of my head today, all right? Because I'm going to be over here looking at the YouTube. So everybody get out there. And I'm going to hand it off to our host now, Carrie, the Model Rocketeer. Let's see what you got.
I got this. Well, this is awesome. So this is episode 3 in a string of many more that I hope we're going to be able to produce. So just what's in the hangar Wednesday? This is something basic as what it is you're working on, what I'm working on. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. So this is brought to us by so many partners and affiliates that we're going to run through real quick. And our sponsors, Hobby Nut Models, GSN, The Horde, uh, Galactic Toys, and Clarksville Hobby Depot. So, what is it you're working on out there today or tonight? I guess it depends on where you're at in the world. We're on the East Coast here in the United States, and I am still working on putting together this the Zaku 2 Red Comet.
Hmm.
So
Oh, wait a
at
minute.
least we've got a good start. I've got some feet and some legs going. I'm up to the waist. So that's what I've got in the hangar. So I hope you guys brought something to do, something to drink, even bring a friend. Just let's hang out and just make a better community. We're trying to build better builders.
Mhm.
Awesome. This is cool.
I'm sure you guys. I'm sure you guys have seen this.
The maroon frame.
hmm
Yeah.
I'm I'm actually trying. I'm actually trying to set it up like that, like those memes that we keep seeing. The ones that are like think. Hang on, let me.
There you go, Mike.
Yeah. So it's like think. Oh, cool. That
There's
looks
the
nice.
blue frame second L.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Nice. I like it.
It's a pretty solid build for a high grade.
Yeah, it is. I still. I got my second L, and I don't know. I think I might dig it out and see if I can't track any nubs that I've got and just kind of see if I can I file those down or file them off. But I don't know. I might try and do like a small see if I can I don't know. It's going to be difficult because usually once the backpacks for the Astray suits are on, they're really kind of difficult to take off
Think so?
because if you do take them off, then they kind of snap off, they break. Let me see. I'm not sure if I can show you, but
This piece isn't supposed to ever come off back here.
Mhm.
That part's not supposed to come off.
Yeah,
Only ever supposed to take off the plate. Okay. So on the second L, the backpack is really nicely built and it goes on and it doesn't break. I like it. It's a smooth
but yeah,
transition for the second L. Now, I don't know. I don't have the other Astray HG kits. I could go over and look at my daughter's Gold Masamune kit and see if that one has the issue that you're talking about, but I doubt it would.
but yeah. See right here. See, this is. Hang on, got that thing of hair out. But yeah, I tried pulling this off my red frame so I could have the Beam Saber backpack because because the Beam Saber backpack I used for my Sheikah Astray, I had to pull that one from my red frame inversion. But yeah, this this end right here snapped off when I tried to gently, or at least I tried to gently pull it off.
All right.
But I'm not certain if I need to just see if I can get on like Mecha Parts guy and see if I can see if I can get the parts to construct a new
Right.
Beam Saber backpack.
So let's take a moment here to talk about that. Mecha Parts Guy, for all those you don't know, here we go. The Model Rocketeer is coming back in.
I don't know what happened. It's weird. I had a lot of apps open, and I'm sure that caused the problem. I saw you guys still talking. I was talking to myself, I guess,
Oh,
and but I wasn't getting any weird feedback from my phone. Like it just was black. I was like, "What in the heck?"
well,
Yeah, we're all good now. Back on
we just
track.
did a quick commercial for Mecha Parts Guy, and
Oh, nice.
now we're back
Blair,
on
my
track.
man Blair. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, so we just want people to know we love our Mecha Parts Guy. He does a great service to the entire community. He's a great guy. I have officially used him as a source for a part.
Well, he's based out of my home. He's based out of my hometown of Omaha, so sweet.
All right, what's going on over here? Oh yeah, Model Rocketeer swapped over. Look at him texting on two platforms. Guy's doing everything today. See, what do we
I
got?
don't know. I think I'm looking at my gym custom and I'm wondering if I should put in that full burn yarn backpack that I was gonna try and do that gym custom full burn yarn that I was originally gonna do.
All right, I'm listening. I'm just checking out this. I'm working on water slides, so it's
Yeah.
Right. I was gonna say, for anybody that might be new to this too, just because somebody's not really maybe all in your face about it, we're paying attention, but we're all kind of working on different things. This is it's not just a face-to-face chat. We're here working on whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
when I come to a good stopping point where I'm going to show something, show you guys, I'll show it to you. So it's the same thing with you guys. You got anything to show? let's see it. But yeah, not to get too bent out of shape if we're not quite like look like we're paying attention. Ears are always on.
No.
But yeah, I'm still thinking and deciding if I want to do it, and it's still in my mind right now.
I think it'd be a good project though. It's one of my favorite kits. I think I'm really in love with the RG version of that kit. I think I don't know, sure if it's a hand grenade or not, but I think it looks cool. I like the idea. I think it's a good mobile suit platform.
Oh yeah.
Still on the waist unit. Yeah, this has got a pretty interesting skirt. The two different colors that throwback Xeon red or maroon color, and now this really flashy new age red that goes with it. It's pretty cool.
I don't know. I probably would take the original. I probably would take the original maroon.
You know what I mean?
But
I don't know if you can see the difference in the two colors specifically.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So the original Zaku red, and then this Zaku 2 Char has this fancy red flash to it, which is it's pretty cool. It's so far neat.
Yeesh, I keep getting a bunch of notifications on my screen.
Yeah, I get that
I'm on
too.
my phone. I'm actually on my phone.
I'm not
right
getting
now.
any. We're good.
Right on.
So don't worry about that.
But are you gonna be doing a kit bash with that second L?
No, the my strafe kits do not get kit bashed. So like
Ooh, somebody put down the hammer on that. It says nope, no, it's straight kit bashing.
yeah, I don't. Well, the biggest issue is I feel like a stray kits. I don't feel like they're very kit bash friendly, in my opinion. Like they're very limited on what you can do, and you're only swapping parts between each type of a stray because
Yeah.
they're suits that match up and stuff. And I mean, on the scale of it being HG or not, yeah, they match up. But I'm saying like they just don't match up. Strike Gundams don't match up well with a stray Gundams, even though they're pretty close in relation. They're for being show relation and stuff. They don't match up well. So that's not an opinion, just my observation of it is I've seen people do it, and I'm not the biggest fan. I'm not knocking it though. If you want to do like all those things, I think that's super cool, and that's what makes everybody different about gunpla, the freedom of it all.
Yep, exactly. Because I like this straight frame. I just don't know much about it yet. Like I said, I know I might be trying to run a kit bash group, but I'm not much of a kit basher yet because I'm still learning, man. Dude, there's something about it. You got to cross over. When you cross that line, it, and it is cool. And I like to see you guys do that. It's really inspiring. And that's why I was like, you guys keep going. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. My first kit bash is probably going to be. I don't even know. I don't know what I even have in the backlog that I could start with. No, nothing yet. I want to get something basic and bash it into something else really basic.
All right. So what I just read an article. Now this is going to sound like weird because you're like, oh, you're already doing that. I read an article just recently that said the best Gundams by one of the creators of the designers of Gundam from like IBO and Seed. Like one of those designers, he said one of the best things about the IBO kits or the IBO Gundam is that it's not a strong Gundam, it's a highly modifiable Gundam. So what I'm saying is those IBO kits are real fun to modify onto other kits or to just combine some of the different aspects of each kit, like the Gassan Rebake and the Vidar.
Yeah.
I believe those two kits would be real cool together, like having the backpack from the Gassan Rebake and the legs from the Gassan Rebake, and then having the Vidar, the top end of the Vidar there. That would just be that would be a sick mashup. And then paint it red and black, call it make it a red line type build or something.
Oh yeah,
I'm digging that idea. That would be something. But so I already do a lot of IBO kit bashing. That's my favorite. That's my go-to kit section for kit bashing. IBO, just they're super versatile. Like other than that,
Right.
though, everybody has their own preference. So like if anybody says something like to get me to explore into making a real cool kit bash for the Astray, I might do it. Like what is it? I was thinking a Death Scythe Astray or like doing a wing kit and then
Mm-hmm.
a Stray kit. Hey Brian
What's up, man?
Cho's here.
Hey, what's up, Joe?
Brian.
Good evening, guys.
Brian, I hate to disappoint you tonight, but I still have not made it to the mailbox or to the post office yet. I have been
That's fine.
very
That's
busy,
fine.
but I do have your package. I'll package it up for you. It's all ready to go. Okay.
Hey, thank you.
Anyway, for
Yeah.
for Carrie, the thing with the Gundam Astray units is that they were built. Yeah, when Morgan Raitt was helping the Atlantic Federation build the Strike Buster, Dual, Blitz, and Aegis, they were stealing data from the Atlantic Federation's G project, and they managed to. They were making 5 prototypes for themselves: gold, red, blue, green, and what would later become the Mirage frame.
Okay.
And when just before the Astrays could be rolled out, of course Zaft attacks Heliopolis for the Earth Alliance's Gundams, and the Orb officials decide to destroy the Astray factory, destroy the prototypes, and the pilot who would take Goldframe decided that he would try to save as many of them as he could, and he was able to ensure that Goldframe, red and blue were saved. Green and what would later become Mirage Frame would be picked up elsewhere.
All right. What we got going on over here?
And of course, that's where the M1 Astray. And of course, the M1 Astray was developed based on the data from all of those Astray prototypes.
All right.
Okay.
How's it going over there in YouTube land? We got a couple viewers over there.
Doing. That's cool. I was getting ready to ask because I know I had to check in because I said I had tech difficulties and I'd be right back.
Yeah, we are almost to the 20-minute marker. Carrie, you want to bring up another business topic, another company to shout out? Detailed shout out.
Oh, right off hand, no. But we are working with a lot of people and trying to bring on new people that might not be. Who's is that? Just trying to get some new stir going on in the market. You know what I mean? Because there's might be some model distributors and retailers, like for instance, Hobby Nut. They're not a big distributor, but they do get some, and we're trying to help grow them in the States a little bit, kind of like the Mecha Warehouse. But Nick's been into it for a lot longer, and I know you guys know who that is. But we're trying to find other people that might have little operations going on that they want to try to get some help with. So that's where we've been lucky enough to partner with guys like Clarksville, Depot, and stuff like that. So yeah, if you got a small operation going on, you want to get involved. This is a good, it would be ground level to get into this network that we've created, where we're trying to share everybody's information or profiles, social media information or brand, and help each other grow, because we're kind of setting a new standard in the community. But it's all inclusive, and it's positive minded, because you can't get to the elite builder status. Like, some of you guys out there are awesome, don't get it wrong, but your minds are jacked up because you're not passing that, hey, good job, buddy, one day you can do this too, attitude along. You've just got lax, and now you're sitting there enjoying the starlight. I get it, but we're here to push people up the ladder. Like, I'm never going to be that giant awesome builder, and that's okay, because I have a different purpose. and that's to help all these guys get further along. Because I just want to go and support my people. We're cheerleaders. Because like I said, I know that my skills might not ever reach the greatest, but it's not to say one of these guys here won't. So same thing with distributors and retailers. We're just looking for small people to kind of jump in and see what we can do to help them get create a presence.
Well, I just would like to say if there are any viewers on YouTube who are in the St. Louis area, and you're looking for gunpla, I highly recommend Anime Egg Roll, their store out in Chesterfield. I've actually bought some of my kits from Anime Egg Roll in Chesterfield, and those guys were awesome, and they got a lot more than just gunpla. They've also got some Plamo and great anime stuff too. So
That's cool. Good shout out, Mike, because you never know. Somebody might be looking for that because it doesn't have to be strictly Gundam. You know what I mean? Like I said, it could be Plamo. Because I like the Kenbus. That's pretty cool. Anything Mecha is really cool. But yeah, a lot of these people get overlooked because they might be a brick and mortar store, kind of like well, I guess that's not a good example. But some people are really brick and mortar and they've been around for a while. And now the new age of this technology and being able to use Facebook and stuff online, it kind of counts them out. So we're trying to help them as they come online, maybe, or if we just happen to meet them in some other social forum, we try to spread their name a little bit like that, and get them a little bit of business.
So, good evening, guys. Have I been muted all this time?
No, I muted you for a little bit because you were interrupting. Your
Did I?
microphone was interrupting. So nothing personal. It's just there was some information being transpired, and there was a whole bunch of noise coming from your background. So we wanted.
I
And
see.
if you had headphones on, you couldn't tell when you were dumping out your box of parts. It was just across all the microphones because you can't really hear what's going on that well like we did. That's why we had to kind of give you a minute.
I see.
hey, check it out. My base blue frame unit. I don't know if you've seen it yet. These two guys have.
No, I know. I think I was gone the last week when you showed. That's cool. Awesome.
Well,
this
is a bit.
I like it.
This is my base one. I did a kit bash one using the red frame inversion and second L, and this is my kit bash Astray, and I was lucky that I was able to combine red frame inversion and blue frame second L together.
Nice.
Okay. Now the only reason, so like Mike was explaining, the frames are kind of the same, right? There's really no difference except for color. So there's not much variation, but so when you're talking about building these, all you're doing is changing the color. So theoretically, we could just spray the parts.
Yes.
Or are some of them actually molded differently, like they have different aesthetics?
Well, the Amatsu.
The base blue frame here. Let me pull off one of its arms, and I'll show you. This is the base. This is the base for the blue frame that I bought, and this is the base blue frame. And if you take a look right, I'm not sure if you can see, but right here, this is what the arm looks like for my base blue frame. And then of course, let me see if I can pull. And then of course, this is a different one right here, because I actually used a part from the red frame inversion, which allows me to either use like the arm socket from the remaster M1 Astray, or I could use any of the other older Gundam Astrays and combine it with the red frame inversion.
Okay.
And that's pretty much what I did. Let me get this back on my sheet. And plus I also changed out the eye stickers too, so I could give my base blue frame back its so I could just have that be a straight build.
Yeah, so let me show you. And I can show you.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what the second L's arm looks like in frames.
Okay. So
It's like,
it's a female to male torso peg. Okay.
so what I mean by they're usually the same is right here with the arm armor and everything, that'll
Yeah.
always be a white piece. Usually
Mhm.
it's always a white piece. This blue area is what changes color. And
Okay.
so, but what also changes is all these back mount parts, the parts for the backpack and stuff. And that's what makes the difference for each a straight kit. Like, and what makes them each unique is their backpacks. And what comes with their backpack as an accessory, right, Mike?
Yeah, correct. And see, this is the remastered M1 Astray. And as you can see, it's got the ball and socket joint, unlike
Right.
the Gundam Astrays do.
Okay.
I mean the red frame inversion also comes with that ball and socket joint if you want to use that.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's kind of revolutionary. If it came with extra, just so that you could maybe match it to another kit. Now that would be something slick. If you had something to swap out just for that reason, if you're going to do that, that's interesting. I wonder if we could reproduce the part specifically for that. You know what I mean? That fit in the torso for something, but it ended up being a peg instead of a socket. That'd be cool. Oh,
All right, so
we got part manufacturing ideas coming out. So anybody out there in YouTube land that knows.
right. So I'm not too upset about these generic water slides.
Okay, so they're a little bit generic because they're what? They're knockoffs, yeah?
I feel like they are. I
Okay.
mean, like they came with the kit that was obviously third party.
Right. So yeah, you would think that they're probably being knocked off too, but
Yeah,
they're not bad. I thought they looked good when I saw them out of the box. I have not used them yet, but I know this is going to be a good test because you're using them now.
right. So what I do like is they are very vibrant. Their color is like those are very vibrant colors. On those.
Dude, that looks legit, bro. I like it.
I think I've got some water slides myself, but those water slides were for like the diver IMA when I did a build off, and it was involving diver IMA.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if I have any water slides for Mobile Doll May for my Gundam based Mobile Doll May, but I haven't used those water slides at all.
I got some interesting water slides as a gift from some awesome people out there in the world that I know. If anybody's a fan of the Horde, that was really cool. But I've got some water slides from a company I've never heard of, so it's going to be interesting when we get that information out. Someone's going to get those, and they're going to get to test them out and see what's up. But I got to see them because they got shipped to me first. So big shout out to Derek Ho at the Horde, of course. But that awesome care package of awesome goodies that Derek sent me is going to go to a great cause, and it's going to benefit somebody or a few somebodies as you know we keep moving forward with our projects here. So thanks, Derek Ho. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to see how that decal looked on that bottom right there. I like that because like I said, I got my phone. You can see mine's still just primered for the moment, and I guess I can spin this around.
So
See
here's
my whole my paint setup here because I'm working on some photo etch for my hangar.
right.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I've been excited to see Mike be working on his and getting some paint on it and stuff like that. So I'm motivated to keep going forward myself and catch up because it makes for a beautiful display. And I really want for it to look a certain way. because this is going to be my learning curve to another setup in master grade. It's diorama quality
Exactly.
hanger set
Sweet.
got that
Exactly.
going on.
Sweet. Oh.
So that's
Ooh.
my that's my same thing. It's I'm working on just getting what's
Holy
gonna
crap.
look good and work for me. I don't know. I'm not too specific
Yep.
yet. This is my first
Just
year.
kind of go with the flow, dude.
More of these
You got to go with
I'm
the flow.
satisfied. Yeah. All right, so let's see.
But that is the beauty of this, and that stereotype that you're trying to break up in some places. It doesn't matter what you're doing, man. All it is just different skill levels from being noob to master, and your passion in between is what dictates you as a builder and your potential for it without somebody knocking you down because somebody just has to be a hater. Really,
Definitely.
dude.
Hey,
You
you
so
guys out there in YouTube land, how's it going? Let us know how you're doing. Leave a message. Say hi.
yeah, totally. Comment. What are you guys working on? What's in your hangar?
Yeah, what's in your hangar, you guys? What you got going? Making puzzles, building
Or
puzzles.
yeah, because it doesn't have to be. What is it you're working on? Because it could be even a thought of a project coming. An imagination for it's like I'm gonna get this new kit. That's what's in your hangar. That is your manifestation of your thoughts. You want this next build, or let's see, what is it? What would you like to put in your hangar? How's that? God knows we all want something.
Yeah,
Oh, I already know what I want in mine.
I want the
Oh,
MGEX. I want that new
Hmm?
MGEX. That's what I want. It's on my birthday list.
nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll admit I'm still kind of kicking myself for passing up a chance to get Mirage Frame.
Nah, don't do it, dude. I get it, and this is like a word to the wise for everybody. Don't regret things you do. When you do them for a reason, or sometimes you have to do them for very specific reasons that point against your will, even. But it is always for the better, and there's another
Yeah.
chance. You know what I mean? Because I've spent a lot of time in my life looking back and wishing, and it's not healthy. And once I figured that out, I was able to, bury that part of the past and move forward. But if we don't,
Mm-hmm.
we always will be stuck in that. Oh man, I really wish. I mean, I know you're really not there, but it's just an idea to not really don't put a lot of energy into that kind of stuff. Anybody out there, you got to let it go, man, as it comes. It's there, it's here, it's there. You can't take it with you. Someone's gonna have it, someone's not gonna have it.
Oh yeah.
Nah, it's just flow. You got to stay in the flow.
Well,
And
I
don't
do have
don't
a
be hard on
question,
yourself.
guys. I've been looking at 3D printed parts on Etsy. Any advice? Anything on that? Because I mean, I'm looking at like beam pistols. Yeah, 3D printed beam pistols from a Strike Noir.
I
They actually have
I don't really spend a lot of time on Etsy,
Me neither.
so I really do hate to disappoint on that. I could, my wife spends some time on there, but I don't, so I don't know anything about it really. Like I know it's just like
Know
it's
of
a
it,
small
and
time craft shop, like startup place for crafters and 3D printer people. So I know that much about the website.
Mhm.
So, but other than that, I don't know. I don't know anything about like certain people to go to on Etsy or anything like that. Like
yeah, me
I don't
neither.
have
I got no
a 3D
recommendations.
printer.
I look at Thingiverse. I like to watch Thingiverse because I would like a 3D printer because there's certain elements that I would like to be able to print in
Mhm.
1/100 scale or whatever. So I know your dilemma, um, but I don't know much about Etsy. But Thingiverse is pretty awesome. But I think they would be kind of similar, and I think you can't go wrong if you find a reputable person. But
Mhm.
don't get upset. Make a cautious buy first, and because sometimes it might not be great quality, then you just it's not what you want. Move on to somebody
Yeah.
else. Till you find somebody you do recommend, or start specifically looking and asking other people just like that question. What do you have?
Mhm.
So I like it, and I've been interested in do you have questions? Because and I like
All right, slow
good
down,
question.
Carrie. Carrie, you're getting choppy over there.
Okay.
But like, so
But yeah,
like those
I'll
last
take
two sentences were real choppy.
But yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that into consideration because I think right now. But I think right now I'm just gonna put myself on a buying halt. At least that was my plan. Once I bought all the kits to make my Sheikah a stray Gundam.
Oh, that's a good plan. And just kind of wait it out a little bit and see. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that and I've got other needs I got to take care of too.
No, I understand that. That comes first.
Like food, we all got to eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Car too.
That too.
Or
Oh,
getting all
I
those.
got cats. They got to eat too.
Man, we just started this like order online your kitty litter stuff, by the way.
Yeah. Is it Chewy.com?
No, I don't know if we went to Chewy.com. My wife did it. She signed it up, but she asked me like we did it together. I was there and she's asking me all these questions too and stuff and like so we had to talk, like figure out, we got two cats and they have four litter boxes and stuff and so I guess it's like I've been overspending on litter every month and they're gonna send us this special litter for our boys to try out. So I was like, all right, we will see. We will see.
Right.
I got a positive feeling about it, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. So they're supposed to send us 2 bags of litter a month, or 2 rounds of litter a month, is what they said they're supposed to send us. So it's just all weird.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Okay, like my wife,
Right
she tells me things, and I go, okay.
on. Exactly, dude. It goes smoother that way. We all know that.
Oh yeah, so no arguing here. And so that was our new little adventure in purchasing land recently. My wife is like not being all super. She's being real calm with me right now about me breaking down my air compressor. She didn't like yell at me for all the money that it cost and everything. So I don't know. I felt like a kid at first, like having to tell her like I broke my really expensive air compressor and she was like, "Oh well, I was like, "But, I didn't know, like I didn't notice anything coming out of the air compressor until it started to get humid out. And then that thing like I always emptied the air out. I never kept the air in it or anything so this one time I was just like, what the hell's going on here? I opened it up and just rust everywhere. I was like, that's not
Uh,
good. You know,
oh.
so I was just the end of that air compressor. And so I don't even feel safe trying to fill it up.
Speaking of which, I realized the other night, and I could hear this weird pinging sound. It was the lack of better terms, but I had this weird pinging sound. I could hear the change in volume and pitch. Well, I guess I had water in my line, and it's very short. And it's like I said, it's an indoor pump. It's just real basic. It's an Iwata,
Oh,
but there was water in my line because I need to get a water separator, which would make sense. And I didn't realize because it's not like a big setup like some of these other guys have, but it was enough. And there's a temperature change that caused a little bit of water condensation in my line. So it was really interesting. I mean, I knew better, but I didn't expect that on such a small scale. Like it was tiny. If anybody saw it, it's just a black box and a black hose that goes to a pump. It's an
yeah,
air, a nito air.
right.
But yeah, that water was affecting my spray, and I didn't realize until I got just enough where I could start to hear this weird sound.
Hey guys.
Hey, you guys!
I'm here. Sorry, I'm on my Dissidia game too, so
The Wiki Wookie's over there on
Are you
YouTube.
okay?
He says, "Hey guys, how's everybody's night going?" Well, Wiki Wookie, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Wiki, wiki, wiki.
Glad,
Wiki, wiki,
glad
wiki,
you could
wiki.
check in with us, man, at least from YouTube. That's awesome. So I hope you're having a good night. Sending the best to you and your family.
All right, I don't know. I did a little detailing, not a lot. Added some things. Makes it look a little more.
I like it. I like it. I
Oh
can't
wow,
wait.
that does look nice.
I gotta get some paint on mine. I'm gonna break down and do it. But I think what I was gonna do is use my Vallejo metallic panel set and see what I can come up with.
Yeah, that was most of the water slides I cut out for tonight. I don't know about using these other ones just yet. They look pretty slick.
Yeah, just hold on to them just a little bit longer.
We'll just take a small little chill pill on those and see how everything goes on that. And,
All right, moving to the body. Yeah, finally.
moving through the hangar. Yeah, I moved on to all those detail parts and stuff for the hangar, like getting them ready for paint. Brother,
Yeah.
you weren't kidding when you said those parts were full of uneven press part. Like, wow, man, I
Some of them are really bad. They're not even salvageable.
pulled
Almost,
out my
almost.
chisel. I
It's
pulled
a
out my
lot of work.
chisel, man, and I just started chiseling away at it. I was like, we're not even gonna waste a razor. We're gonna chisel this off. So I
Right
turned the
on.
chisel a different direction and used it as a long scraper, and it gets the job to where you can go after it with like a 400 and then move up.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing with that. What else?
But yeah, that was a shame to see some of those parts that were like that. I was like, man, that stinks
Right?
because they had potential.
Ooh, moving the camera.
I wonder. I guess Broke Man. Maybe. I don't know if he's gonna make it or not.
I don't know if he's gonna make it either. I hope he makes it. It's like we do this at such a weird time for him, So
Right.
it's like
And I thought that's what it was too, because he was like, "Hey, can I get a link?" He wanted to share a link and all that. But
definitely.
yeah, so we're hoping to get Broke Man Studios to come join us tonight. But I'm sure we'll see him Friday night, if anything.
All right.
But yeah, that's going to be another awesome guest that we bring along.
Yep. I'll let my buddy Neil know that we do these lives on Wednesdays and Fridays, and he follows me on YouTube. So if my buddy Neil's watching, we got 3 viewers out here. So if my buddy Neil's watching, I love you, buddy. You're the best. Rock on.
Hell yeah.
He's now the Bionic Man. He's so awesome. He's my buddy. So super cool guy.
Glad to have you here, man.
Yep. He's a sous chef owner for this company called Hell's Kitchen downtown Minneapolis.
Okay.
It has no relation to the other Hell's Kitchen on TV or anything, but I worked for them for a good 3-4 years, and they're a real strong kitchen company. And I used to be their prep kitchen and catering management kitchen guy. That's what I used to do for them. And they survived the pandemic and all that stuff. So, real cool class act. So if you guys are ever in downtown Minneapolis area, go ahead and head over to the Nicollet Mall and hit up Hell's Kitchen right off the Nicollet Mall right there in downtown Minneapolis. It's a great place to go. And then they have sister company called Angel Food Bakery, and that is actually they just moved. They have a couple locations, but one of them is at I believe the airport, the Twin Cities International Airport, and the other one is I think it's in Hopkins or Richfield. I'm not 100% on. Don't quote me on that last part. But, so I know for sure they're at the airport though. Great place, great cupcakes, great cookies, and then they also serve a jalapeno pepperoni pretzel, and that thing is amazing. So.
That sounds awesome,
Yep.
dude.
And my buddies over at Hell's Kitchen, man, they're always cooking up cool things, man. They got this thing called the Juicy Lucifer, and it's 2 patties of meat with cheese melted in the middle while it cooks. And
Yeah.
so when you bite into it, the cheese gushes out like lava and stuff. And then they have this.
Then we got a lawsuit because somebody's face just got
Oh,
melted off.
no, there's there's like a whole process. Like you have to get warned and talked to about and all that stuff. Like you understand the cheese is hot, like blah blah blah. You know, if you bite right into it, it could gush open and burn you. Like that's the whole fun of it. But anyways, it gets served with the side of this really cool Korean red pepper jelly. That's just delicious. So it's pretty cool. And then they have some really good fries. Their fries, they are always like the best fries. So
I
good.
love fries. That's my thing. I always everywhere I go, I get fries, and then I'm always either complaining or boosting the fries because I love fries.
So great place. I don't mean to brag about them or anything like that, but they're just a fun company to work for. I didn't quit working for them on complete bad terms or anything. I and I'm welcome to go in there and eat whenever I want stuff. They're a pretty cool place. So just yeah.
With French fries or French fries?
Yeah, their French fries are pretty bomb. They got a whole bunch of good things though, but they're like American Latino cantina style eatery.
Nice.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, if anybody likes coffee and specialty drinks, there's a place in your passing through the Florida Panhandle. I recommend Crazy Rooster in Crestview.
Nobody at our door. Good barking.
They got some really good coffees, really good special drinks, and it's no industrial grade caffeine.
Oh, okay.
It's all natural. It's all natural organic caffeine.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
No, you're good.
The neighbors,
Florida, right?
the neighbors shut their door
Florida.
and the damn dog just starts going crazy, I tell you what. Right in the middle of filming. All right. So there you go. Hey, Neil Rodville's watching. My buddy who works at Hell's Kitchen that I was just talking about. He's watching. He says he loves us. He says he loves you, but he loves all of us. He knows he does. Yep. So
Is it just me, or does this Zaku have two different chest plates you can build? Like you can build the torso, but it has two different pieces, I think.
I have
Really?
no clue.
Oops, somebody's doing a burst. Nice.
That's how close you can get without getting your eyes wet.
Yeah. I used all the white armor from my second L to build my maroon frame.
Okay. Yep. This is only my second Astray that I have, this HG. My first Astray, I got a red frame Kai that I turned into a blue frame re-entry burn. So
Ooh.
the metallics, it's a blue metallic instead of just flat blue, and it looks like half of the blue was faded off from re-entering the atmosphere.
Oh.
Right.
It looked, so that was the whole gimmick of that one. I called it blue frame reentry because it was armored to be able to go in and out of the atmosphere. Not a lot of Gundams are armored that way, so
Right.
that's one of the things I like to do with my
It is
Gundams.
very
Give them
special to know,
superpowers.
not all Gundams are re-entry capable.
No, they're not. So, like, was it Gramps? He's not re-entry capable without his shield. If Gramps
Right.
doesn't have his shield on him, he can't enter the atmosphere. He'll burn up because they use the shield to protect the cockpit and the cameras.
Yeah.
Barbatos is a famous one for this re-entry because of his nano-laminate armor, though.
Yeah. Well, it was actually made most
Think about lost it.
It was made most famous with Wing Zero's ability to re-enter the atmosphere.
Yes.
Right. You're right.
He was
You're right.
definitely one of the ones where he was pre-built with the ability to enter and re-enter. So
Right. I don't think Barbatos wasn't specifically made for that, but he survived it.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
but the
I
wing
thought
was
it was.
definitely specifically designed for reentry.
Oh yeah, yep. And so, and what was it? After Wing, I felt like a lot of Gundams in like Seed were gifted that ability. They were just like, here, everybody should just get this ability for a little while, and because I think most of the Strike Gundams probably have some sort of ability to go in and out of atmosphere. I think, or
I think so, at least.
a shield that helps them do that.
Yeah,
Right.
I know freedom. I know the shield for freedom was pretty strong and was pretty strong to let it enter the atmosphere.
Yep.
Um,
Well, I built that high grade double Zeta last night for meditation, guys. That was just a beautiful build. Um, Old school style build. Um, but it was a new print. I'm kind of confused. If you make a new print, why would you use the old colors again? Why would you keep using the old colors? I'm
I don't
confused
know.
uh,
about it. I don't know why they did that. They should have changed the light pale egg blue uh color that's supposed to be white on the double Z. It's like a pale egg blue. It's really weird. Anyways, it turned out really good. It was a really nice build. And it is definitely one of my it was one of my Grail kits that I've just like always wanted to have that time to be able to build one. Not paint it or anything, not do anything special, just have the kit to build. I have a few of those kits still that are up there. I have Gundam Epion and Gundam Death Scythe and all those master grades that are all like everybody's like on your pinpoint list. But like my Grail kit, like I've only built two of my actual Grail kits. I don't have one of my Grail kits. I wish I could find one. I want an Endless Waltz Ultron. That's uh
Okay.
that's definitely like one that I'm looking for. Anybody ever comes across one of those big green Natakus, I'd love to have one. Yeah.
hey, for that blue frame second L, have you thought about when I was looking at the research for the Gundam Astray units, I saw that second L actually was supposed to have an optional portable weapon called a Lohengrin launcher, which is like these two heavy positronic cannons that would be on the waist armor, on the waist armor.
What? No.
It sounds cool though. I get it. Go ahead, keep going though.
But I'm trying to think. I know I've seen it somewhere. It might be I'm not sure if it was on the Gundam Wikia or if it was on Mecha Anime Headquarters.net, the mock.net. But yeah, I saw that and I'm like, oh my gosh, why haven't I seen the Lohengrin launchers as like an uh optional weapon for Blue Frame second L.
Oh, okay. No, I get what you're saying because all right. So you'll never see it because it didn't come. It didn't come. It never came. I don't know. I don't have it. Like what you're talking about did not come with this kit.
Yeah, I
That
know
might
that.
be with the master grade. So look into it, the 1/100, or if the second L has a perfect grade version. Because I know a lot of these Strays got PG. They made perfect grade Stray. Like that was a thing a couple years ago. Perfect grade Stray, all different versions. Like, let's do that. Like, so P Bandai had perfect grade Stray, and like the black and gold one.
Every other version of the Exia you could possibly imagine
Yeah.
every other day.
So this is what else they give you. This is the sword, the Gatling gun, the bow.
Mm-hmm.
It's all tied together in one.
Yeah, the tactical arms.
Yeah. So it's It's really good. Not saying it isn't. I was just saying they don't give you those cannons that you're talking about because on the side, this is what comes on the side skirt. It's basically the same side skirt as the red one. I don't see it.
Okay. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Can you see those cannons right there that are on the side?
TJ,
TJ.
one. Yeah, I see those cannons.
So those cannons, they're kind of like the waist rifles of the Freedom, but they're not extendable. It's just there's quick cannons.
Okay, so these blue fins are what sit in the same position that you're talking about.
Yeah.
They're non-operative. They don't do anything. They're connected to the hip waist. They don't come off or anything like that. They're just. This is what it becomes if you try and take them off.
What is that?
It's high grade blue frame 2nd L.
There's a guy that Lehigh. I live up in the eastern Pennsylvania, Lehigh Valley area, and there's a model group I joined for I think it's IPMS, but the one guy there has the master grade blue frame. Maybe it's a second revised or something like that.
2nd L, yeah. Revised, yeah.
Yeah, the master grade version, and he's like, "Oh, you want it?" And I'm like, "Well, how much?" It's still in the box. He's selling it to me for $40. So I'm kind of stoked about that.
Wow, that's
score.
That's a score right there, brother.
And he's got another.
That's a hell yeah.
I have
nice.
I have that perfect grade ashtray red frame, and he's like, "Oh, I got the perfect scale," because they don't really do the gunpla. Some of them have. And he's like, "I got the perfect scale," so he means perfect grade red frame. And I was like, I already have that, but I might pick it up anyway if it's a good price, and maybe it's the Kai. I don't have the Kai, right? So, like, if nothing else, I can pick it up and do some other resin crazy shit, So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of stoked for that.
Dude, that's a score of $40. He says, "Damn."
That is
That's
right there.
That's a steal.
But dude, that's the power of a network. You just never know. You meet the right people, especially if we're in the right mode and the right positivity. We're just chatting with people. Someone's like, "Dude, I got one of those. Would you like it?" Dude.
Yeah.
Well, it's cool. Like some of them have done like small kits and stuff like that at Gunpla, but they do, like I was saying in the chat before, they do the World War II like planes and armor. Yeah. And like the one guy has the matchstick Cathedral of Notre Dame. And like he's on page like 46 out of like 117 or something like that. And the thing is, like, even where the stained glass windows would go, like obviously they won't be stained glass, but like it's all framed out. Like I'll have to put pictures of it up. It was incredible what he's working on. But they're like, "Well, we know you do."
So I follow some of those pages like that.
Yeah, he's like, "Well," they're all like, "Well, we know you do gunplay.
Cool.
We don't really do that, but like, do you think you're gonna come back to another meeting?" I'm like, "Well, hell yeah, man! Like, it's modeling. It's models. Like, you can learn from everybody. Like, you guys, the weathering they do is like incredible. Like, so if I could pick up that and move it to like what I'm doing, like, that'd be pretty sweet, So,
yeah.
This metallic blue I did, and it's got like I left some of the silver out, so it's not fully covered blue.
Right.
Oh,
so the whole Gundam I did all where it's supposed to look like it's a blue frame. It's the metallic silver and the metallic blue showing everything.
Oh, looks sweet. You know what? I'll be right back. Let me throw some clothes on. I was trying to sleep, but my back's killing me, so I'm laying on the couch right now in my skivvies. Let me throw some clothes on, and I'll show you some of the other kits I've done.
Awesome.
I'll be right back.
Love to see kits.
Okay, man.
All right. How do I close the camera on this thing? Man, I feel like I'm an old man.
I'll be
right back.
All right.
You're good, man.
You guys are talking about frame ashtray, right? Ashtray blue?
Yeah.
I don't even know so much about ashtray. I mean, it's not even made into anime or anything like that.
Astray.
Well, like I said, I did research.
There's a lot of back information. You can go read it. There's no stories, no animes, no cartoons, but there's a shitload of written information about a lot of these different branches or a lot of the different mobile suits, because there was a lot of mobile suits that were built like the Barbatos, other than the Vidar and a few other ones that never made it to production. They are lost mobile suits and they're offline in the realm, but they're all the same frame. The frame's all the same, like the Vidar and stuff, but those are the only two that are online, like in the realm. But there's supposed to be a whole bunch more. I found this awesome wiki or a video that goes through all the frames from start to finish, and there's a whole bunch of them, and you can see they're like not online, but they were thought of, and they're in the lore, but they're nowhere to be seen in any visual form.
I see. So that's why you guys are trying to try on those undisclosed designs, right?
I don't want to leave it on your skin.
Right.
But I've been passing it through there. I want to get it all off and just start fresh on it. You know what I mean?
All right.
That stuff, like if you do resin, or even like if you want to strip the chrome off of parts or like paint them, you throw it in a container, like a Tupperware container, and put that purple powder on it and let it sit. It'll eat the chrome right off everything.
Oh,
Yep.
Then this is the gunpla. This is our basement, and then this house was built in like the 1800s. But
sweet.
when my daughter
Nice.
moved in with us, we didn't have a quick little room, so I just threw this together downstairs. And then when we got the attic redone, I was like, gunpla room.
Nice.
I sold off most of my magic gathering set, and I got this sweet desk, and that's just a cheap Amazon spray booth, but it comes with like an accordion pipe, and it was really restrictive, so I took out a window, put that in, and then ran ductwork for like a dryer, and it flows like a lot better. I took the filter out of it, but it's blowing everything outside, so.
Yeah.
Save anybody. This is the backlog here. So these are all I haven't done yet.
Nice.
So over here I got two Ava. Well, there's an Ava unit there, but that's the positron cannon. The Xeon, there's Ava unit 1. And these are all like the high grades I got. The Moon Gundam I'm excited for. I haven't done yet.
Ooh, I want a Moon Gundam. Yeah, I want a Moon Gundam.
They have them at Hobby Lobby. They have them at Hobby Lobby. At least here, like if you have one local to you and they don't have it, let me know. I can grab it for you and ship it to you.
Awesome. I know I have a Hobby Lobby here. I just never grab it, and I'm like, dude, I need to get on it because I love the Moon Gundam. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's supposed to be one of the best high grades ever. Then I screwed up. Like I bought all these. They say endless waltz, right? And then I saw the master grade expansion parts at the P Bandai thing. It was at Gundam Planet, and they had Small Business Saturday and let us in. But it's not the right one. It's for the Glory of the Losers version. So it's got like the wings for Ultron, and then the big Telgi sword, and then like the extra shield parts for the Death Sight Hell.
Man,
Which I have one of those. And then
But that's treasure. That's treasure. Because you're gonna be able to use it.
Then the heavy arms, like I've been working on this one for a while. This is like a rough resin kit. It's a lot of work. Like I got everything like the first round of priming, but it turns the regular heavy arms into the Eagle unit. So you have like that version, but then there's another version. The pictures in here, where instead of having like 2 double Gatlins, it's got like 3 barrel Gatlins. Like it's fucking crazy.
Wow.
But yeah, like that's the back.
I love that big ass those hulking missile.
Yeah. And then the tank treads, but like look at that. I gotta match the colors and everything, but it's 6 3-barrel Gatlin guns on each arm.
that's
I
sweet.
did get the only thing that sucks, like resin's rough because like everything's gotta be pinned. So like you see that I got most of this. I didn't have great primer, so I like made my own. But like a lot of I got the frame all painted and everything. A lot of the pieces fit really well, like on the legs and everything. But like these are parts for the missile pods on the side, and like the resin doesn't really work too good with like regular like model glue. So I have like some CA glue that doesn't mold it too well. So I got to figure something out with that. I did get them pretty much. They're pretty well sanded. Like and the details are all nice. I rescribed a lot of it, but it's like part of a tank tread there. That was the old backpack. There's like a new one in here. It's got like 6 pieces. That's part of a foot that's got to go back on. Like, so, but the thing is, it's like so much work that like you get kind of tired and you're like, all right, time to move something else, and then you come back to it. Like that's one of the Gatling guns, which is going to be a pain to build because I'm going to have to paint them and then I have to get in there with a brush and then like, paint that black in there so it doesn't show the solid piece in the center. But I don't want to cut them and then cut all that out and try to glue it because resin's a pain in the ass to work with, But this thing, like once I get it done, it's gonna be sweet, man. I had pictures of it all put together with just the orange resin. The other thing that sucks too is I try to do it in my airbrush proof when I'm sanding because like resin dust is so toxic, and it's almost like asbestos when it gets in your lungs, right? Like, and I just don't want to have it. I mean, I got my masks and everything like that. Like a lot of people just wear a dust mask, like an N95. I ain't even screwing around. I just wear my regular respirator when I'm doing it because I don't need that shit,
My buddy Joey Simon is a big resin builder. I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to go down that road. Only if I had a couple like really badass kits. Like if I had like a perfect great Nobel or something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
I just don't want to go through the toxicity of that. But I do have mad respect for guys that have skill to build bitchin' kits.
Yeah, that thing. It's gonna. If that thing would be done like next year, I would be surprised because it's a lot and there's a lot of other stuff I'm working on, especially with trying to get the channel up and joining the group and everything. So like I just have other priorities. I gotta finish this. This is a Tolgis Flugel. I got the body all done, but I gotta do the weapons and the shield. But I got everything.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, that was a funny story. I missed the pre-order for them, and then I happened to be cruising to eBay, and I saw it on there. Now they only go for like $80, like from T Bandai. But I saw it on there for $125. I'm like, dude, Tolgis is like my favorite suit next to the Unicorn. I'm like, I gotta have this shit. So I told my fiance, and she's like, look, man, you're spending too much money, And I'm like, all right, fair enough. And I passed on it. Well, then she texted me later on. She's like, you know what, just get it. I'm like, no, you're right. I won't do it. And then I said, you know what, the hell with it. So I went and bought it. And then I told her, I was like, I bought it. She's like, I fucking hate you. And I'm like, why? She goes, I bought it for you for like a Christmas present. So we both bought
it. Dude. I'm sure you can swap it, get some store credit, be like, look.
Yeah. So they got shipped over to Japan, and then like I ended up selling one to my buddy for what I paid for it, or a little bit less because like I paid scalper prices, right? It was like jacked up like $50, but. And this is just like my workspace. My kids buy me posters every year for Christmas. I never have anywhere to hang them, but like, you gotta have Goku up there.
Definitely.
I don't know Dragon Ball.
Oh my god, dude! Like I'm such a child. Like that's my favorite show. Like I got my fiance to watch all the Saber with me.
Oh, nice. Then, do you read the manga?
I'm actually reading it right now. Some crazy shit's happening where with this dude. I forget what they call the gang. He was playing
Gas.
Gas, yeah.
Yeah.
Goku's doing some kind of weird thing with Ultra Instinct Sign now, where like it's better for him because of his emotional state. This is some of my paints up here.
Yeah, Goku, he's not going back to Sign. I have a feeling that they're going to label this new version of Ultra Instinct Primal or something,
or something like that.
Or them being Saiyan. It's not going to have anything to do with the ape or the angel form.
Yeah. If you guys have never used SMS, I picked up a bunch of them. Their Victory Line Orange is like, it's like the pigments are really, really good in them. Some of these I bought and forgot I had, like a lot of disc-based stuff I have. I got to try them.
All right. So, do you have to use a primer with those ones?
Those you do, and they're lacquer, but the ones you don't, these G paints, if you haven't used these.
I got all those.
These are from that guy. What's that?
I got those.
They work
Mike,
good.
G paint guy.
Oh, yeah.
They're copper. Like the copper is really good. I use that on like the gold, pale gold too, but like
This is good, man.
This little thing paint.
Dude, that's looking good.
That's sweet, man.
Looking good, dude. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, got the water.
Dude, I gotta ship you my basis for like my Mgx Unicorn and my Exia lighting model and have you paint them for me because I am horrible at those.
Yeah, for some reason I guess I've got like a knack for separating detail. That's all it is. It's just
you got like an eye. You see that, and you know how to. You can separate. You're
redoing the gold, that RG, huh?
Yeah, this is the copper from G Paint. I just go over that swirly piss gold that comes with it, the stuff. And like that copper, it's almost like a brand new penny. The colors are so good in it.
Yep, I really like a lot of these G-Paint colors. I ordered that whole metallic set. I ordered the set, and I ordered the whole original set. So I have all 3 sets.
Yeah, I have 2 of the original. The only thing with the first one I opened, the blue and the black, I had to thin a little bit more, but their metallics I picked up are amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like that that rose gold. That's so.
I haven't tried that one. I got to check that one out.
Yeah,
like I have
metallics.
I have the pale gold, and then the copper. And the copper I end up using 4 gold. The pale gold looks nice if you do put down like a black primer or a gloss black base because it comes out more. I could do some candy stuff when I go upstairs here in a second, like
nice,
like the all clad. Oh, that looks sweet, dude. Is that the rose gold there on the
rose gold, copper, pale gold, and pure gold?
Which kit is that?
This is the narrative C-Packs.
Okay, that's sweet, man. I like that rose gold.
Turned out amazing. The gold. Super. I just wanted something redundant. Oh, all clad? Yeah. I use all clad too.
So, I heard all that shit. Their candy stuff is awesome. It takes a lot of work. I don't know if you've done the candy, but like, you gotta go from the gloss black base, and then you go to their candy base, and you can appreciate it with like their other metallics. And then you just do like a light coating over and over and over, whatever color you want to use. The gold and yellow looks like gold. Like it comes out. I got a little SD barber toast I did upstairs. I'll show you. What I found out is if you can't find a good pearl white, Display makes a. Actually, it's probably down. Where's it here? Display makes a clear white. Not Display. Guy Notes. And then if you do the candy base and then go over it with the clear white from Gaia Notes, it makes a pearl white. And like depending on how light hits it, it'll go from like a gray to a white, almost like a pink. And it's pretty crazy. Like,
what do you use as the candy base? Or what is the candy base? Is it like a aluminum color?
You can use like any metallic, but this stuff it just comes out like a really I wouldn't even say chrome. It's a little bit duller. Let me see if I can shake it. You can see it.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
So, like it's almost like a chrome, but it's got more. I guess it looks like texture.
All right.
It catches the light better than just like a solid chrome, like plastics or something like that.
Yep, because I use the chrome. I use the chrome in that system, and I put the candy over the chrome, and I get a really good effect with that.
Yeah. You can actually. So what I will do, I'll show you up here. Is there's a couple ways where you can actually appreciate it. What I did is I don't know if you guys like reptiles, but this is my old ass bearded dragon. He's enormous.
Wow. He's a big fella.
They're normally like half that size. But he was actually a girl I went to high school with. She had him. So this little SD Barbatos here, if you look, that's that golden candy yellow on the. But I appreciate it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what I did with this one is like some of them I did the chrome and then, or not the chrome, but the candy base, and then I would go around it with a gunmetal. But this one I did the gloss black and then just did like the chrome very lightly on the outsides and then a lot thicker in the centers. And it made that pre-shade effect. There's my master grade ball Verkai. I put the shark ball stickers on it.
It's a bitey.
I like that.
High res God Gundam. This is he's dusty, but that was all candy paint on that one. And it's got metallic like metal frame parts. Like all the joints in the center of them and everything's all metal. And it came with that base I bought with like I gotta find a remote. He's probably dead. But like all that all lights up. That lights up his eyes, the backpack. Like it's pretty. That's my tree topper over here.
Nice. Was it easy to get the lights to go through all that metal frame, or did you have a hard time with that?
So it was like it's mostly the joints that are metal.
Okay.
So some like this one popped out, but I had them hidden pretty good. Like you can just barely see that one, but that's because I had them in a tree. I got to put it back.
Okay.
That one you can really see. I didn't want to drill into the frame too much, but up here in the shoulders, I mean, it's really hard to see unless you're really looking for it.
Nice.
But that's actually, it's hard to see it, but that's actually, you can see it there. That's that pearl white I did with the guy notes clear.
Okay.
It came out really good.
It's cool.
This is the first kit I ever actually painted. So I started it in August, and in September I did my first paint job, and this is the maneuver car, and this is all what you call it, acrylic paints. But
Okay.
I did appreciating everything, but that's my first like master grade and my first painted kit, so that thing was like kind of special to me. That's the Flugel. Like this one, I got to try to get in the white, but the candy red on like this one's all done in candy. Like should have to find a good white, but like it's dusty right now. Shit. But you can see the candy blue on the balls on the inside, and then like the red for the crest on that thing, and like it looks like gold. Like the light's not too good in there.
That's really.
And then it's the pearl white that I made is all the white on it. It sucks that I gotta find a way to dust these things effectively because it gets in my curio cabinet.
Well, I hate to interrupt you guys, but I gotta pull out for the night.
That's what she said.
I got orientation tomorrow morning.
All right, Mike. You have a great night. And good luck
Have
with
a
Good night, guys.
Good luck getting
Thank
that.
you, man.
Good night, man.
This is my
Super awesome. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a cool looking base right there.
this is the Exia
eBay.
perfect grade one.
That must be expensive.
Yeah, I definitely want to get like at least one perfect grade Gundam under my belt. That'd be cool.
I'm still waiting for that.
Because my buddy bought it, so I got the PG Unleashed at the same place. Like we went the same day. We drove down together, and there was one perfect grade there. So he bought it. He went online and he found third-party LEDs that are just like copies of the Bandai stuff.
Yeah.
And then basically turned it into a model, but then he never put it together. And he's like, "Oh, you want it?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I want it."
Yeah, that's so cool. Oh, yeah.
And then
There you go.
Trans Am.
All those extra lights and stuff. That's
So then it
really
turns
cool.
red. And then, like, you hit it the before it goes into Trans Am. Then
They glow.
let me see if I can find it, but it'll actually do Trans Am where everything turns red except for the
eyes.
the eyes and like the chest. So that's the first one. It's motion's activated too, so like I keep bumping it and it doesn't want to. Come on, one more. But I changed the colors on it because I always liked the white Astrea, and I tried to mimic that a little bit with it. But I kind of did some appreciating and stuff. The only thing that's weird is like the water slides wouldn't show up on a lot of it because now it's white. So like the ones that are supposed to be over in here and stuff, like that even turns red. So a lot of that I had to. Oh, that's the part. Oh, I gotta show you that. It looks like the.
Ooh, the glowing drive and everything.
Yeah, it looks like it's spinning up. Oh wow!
Oh, that
it goes faster and faster, and it looks like it's igniting.
Right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure that out.
That's what I'm saying. I need to do my base because mine's like, definitely not as good.
Nice.
But
Yeah.
I just did this a couple months ago. The only thing that sucks is I got this curio cabinet off of the Facebook Marketplace for like $100 or $75 or something. But like as soon as I got it, like I realized I kind of screwed up because a lot of these kits like don't fit. So like I had to have the base for that one up top because like it won't fit on the base.
Right. I got nothing that fancy. Mine just sit on the shelf for the moment. But one day.
And this is all my
I don't have
build age and stuff down here.
I got a holographic Gundam. You guys want to see my holographic Gundam?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
It's like a Pokemon card. Hold on.
Oh, that's cool.
So all
That's
the slides I put on this kit are holographic.
Oh, that's sweet, man. I got it. Where'd you get those at? The water slides?
Delphi Deco.
Okay, Delphi. Yeah, they're really good.
Yep. I did a massive order last Thanksgiving on Black Friday.
Yeah.
Got what was it? Almost $200 worth of water slides for like $120.
Oh, geez, man, you can't beat that.
Yeah, so it was just I put in like one of those really big, ridiculous orders, and
You gotta show you this guy in the dark.
so now I got a big, huge, giant box full of water slides that I just kit everything. You know, I've got extras if I need it. So
right.
Oh yeah, I'm getting the kits I had that I didn't have good water slides for all the upgrade kits that don't come with water slides ever. Whoa! So that's the extras that I want to get.
It's awesome.
I don't have enough room to fit the shields too, unless you have them like that. But that thing is bananas. I gotta actually like finish it. I just did a straight build with it, but I should tear it down and like actually put some time into painting it. The only thing is like with the unicorns, I find that if you gotta be really careful, you get too much paint on with the transformers, and they don't want to.
Yeah, they're hard to work with sometimes.
This is my real grade ashtray. Then this is the high res.
How was that real grade build?
It was okay. Like, honestly, I threw it together really fast. Like, I could have painted it and stuff, but I usually don't paint the real grades. But, like, the real grade's so tiny, man. Like,
so tiny.
Yeah,
the real grade high new I'm building is all the size of the high res.
The high res looks sweet.
Yeah, you don't have to do these things right here. Just a little panel lining and like I like they're just such a good like the sword on this thing.
Yeah.
I'm hoping the PGs is good, but I don't know. But like,
all right, it's 10:30. I want to give, or it's 10:23. I want to give a shout out to our friend Hiko Nito over at Mecha Model Builds. Over at Mecha Model Builds, he's always working to do collabs with people who either want to commission on the build or others like make custom Zoids and make other custom Mecha builds. To be find out over at Mecha Model Builds, Hiko Nito. There you go. Back to you.
Yeah, I watch his stuff a lot. I started. He was one of the first ones I started watching. Was him because like a lot of them, like nothing wrong with Zach Aurelius or anything, but they're just like, and like the other guy, Mecha Guykuchu, like they'll review it, but they're like, oh, here it is, like watch it move, like woo, you know, and then like people like Hiko. And like, depending on if you like him or not, because he is very political, it's a gunpla. But like, actually being able to sit and watch these guys build, like, is very inspiring compared to, oh look, I stuck it together and it bends this far, you know.
Yeah, I tried. You know, my first set of videos are all definitely just time lapses of me building. You know.
Yeah.
I did like one that shows you my process of what I go through to get a custom build and stuff like that. And that was a good video. I like that video. It turned out good. And the kit I used for that video turned out aces. I really like the way that one turned out. That was that Freedom Gundam, that light bluish teal color I used. Turned out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yep. So yeah, that one was a pretty good video. And then you know, just for my straight builds videos, I was glad that I got to do the Wing Gundam Verka custom as my first level straight builds.
Sitting right there, I gotta get to that one.
It's such a great build, so great. No major hangups. I didn't have any major hangups. I used
it's a really good kit.
I can show you right now. I used this. Use this. This stuff is just
color shift. Okay.
Yep. For the Wing Gundam's Zero System cameras and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It turns out really nice. It's a really nice effect when it dries up and everything.
What brand is that?
It's you can get it at Walmart
Oh,
or
okay.
Hobby Lobby or so it should be in one of those places.
I've heard good things about these. This is what I'm going to use on the that PG right there.
Okay, so I've
But
heard
that's
good
for
stuff
like,
about Odenkan too as well. There's somebody claims that Odenkan is like G Paint where you don't have to primer first.
yeah, I don't know if I want to chance it.
Okay.
We'll see. Like, I'm gonna do some tests. I'm gonna run it over the gloss black for the all clad, like on a spoon, to see if it makes it better or what works. Then I picked up, cause I want to do the metallic reds on that one. So I got the Display metallic reds. I'm gonna try, and then I got G paint metallic reds. I didn't know you was doing those, but so that's a little bit lighter. So I'm thinking between those and then like my candy red that I have from the all clad, like I should be able to make something pretty neat. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just but that's why I got to get this thing done, and I got to get that shield done for him, and then that way I can start doing my videos because like I don't have that much left to go on this. I mean, it looks like a lot on the runners, but it's really not. Like,
Doesn't it? Here.
I painted up the arms and everything. I got to do like the blue parts on the arms. I got them here. They got to be primered and done, and then all the white parts for the arms I got set up. So
Here
once
is
I get that
finished RG my new Gundam.
oh, that's a heavy weapon system.
Yeah, and I put it on with magnets.
Mm.
So it like clips right out.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah. And so I did that. All the parts that are heavy weapon system, they can still go back onto this thing right here, and they can clip onto him, and they can still go on the new Gundam, real grade new Gundam.
Oh, that's awesome.
I didn't do a whole lot of editing to like get it to stay in place and stuff. I was real happy with that.
This one's coming out pretty good. I know you can paint the what you call it because I got those metal the photo etchings, but like that looks sick, man. Just plain steel over top of that white.
Yeah.
And there, that's all metal on the backs of the skirts.
Nice.
So like you can see it right there.
Yeah.
And then like even where else is the other stuff? Oh yeah, down in here, like on the insides of the where the thrusters are. Right there. There's focus camera, but like that's all metallic. And then we actually got these little guys right here. They go on the insides of the thrusters to add like a layer over top of them to make them look like there's like it focuses the propellant or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be pretty sweet. But it's getting there. I might have to order this piece over again off of. It looks weird. It almost looks like I bent it somehow, like right there.
I had the same issue. I had that same issue. That's why I wasn't too bad about the heavy weapon system covering that part.
Yeah, well, like the thruster, like, dude, it almost feels like a bootleg kit because, like, I took off the cockpit hatch because I got it all painted up and I didn't notice it until after I painted it. There was like a seam line right down the middle of it. And I'm like, are you fucking? Like, I had to sit there and sand it all down, and now it's in the thing now getting cleaned up. But like, there's been a lot of like flashing and stuff hanging off of a lot of the parts. And I don't know, man. Like, if I wouldn't have gotten it from Gundam Planet, I would have sworn that it was a bootleg kit because it's just the fit and finish is not there, man. Like it's been that bad. I also just got a bad one because I know Bandai is pretty good with their amazing with their quality control.
Yeah,
I just got done building this, right? Like,
right, that's an amazing kit right there, right?
Yeah, I screwed up like on the decals right there, but it's not really that bad. But like these are the G rework decals. I forget what the company is, but it sucks because the shield, like it came with different decals for the shield, but it's got obviously they're no good anymore because like tear them apart and redo it. But I think that it comes with the same exact ones that would have been on like the original, but like the sticker, but instead it's the what you call it, the water slide.
Awesome.
So that's the Warfighter. So like yeah, here we go. But like right there, like that'll replace the one for the shield at least.
Right.
It's not as good. And then like I can even put this one, like put two of them on there. Like there's another one I can put down below it, you know.
Okay.
So it won't be so bad. And then it comes with all these spares I can put on there and doctor it up. So it'll be all right.
Yep.
I mean, I could spend another $20 for like another sheet of these, but like I don't know. We'll see.
How do those G Reapers, do they raise up nice and everything off the paper?
Yeah, actually really well. I just got done using some what's the brand of them? I used them on the the slash Zaku. They were Simp or something like that, and like they have them on like all the major websites, and they were really thick. Like I had to soak them for a long time for them to come loose. These are in the water. Like literally, what I was doing is just like getting it cut out. I sit it down, get the Gundam in the right position, and then like I would take because I had a gloss finish on it, so I take my mark setter, pick up the decal, the tweezers, sit it in the water, like hold it there, take the mark setter, had the cap loose, get some on, swipe it 3 times to get the excess off, dab it a couple times, bring it over, and I could literally go like that, and they pop right on.
That's
like
amazing.
No issues with tearing, they slid right off, and like after the matte top coat, man, like I mean, you can't tell it's a decal. It looks like it's painted on. Like
those look amazing. Yeah,
there's no silver.
So yeah, that's why I was wondering, like, were they difficult to work with at all? And
that one right there, you could see a little bit, but like I might just have to touch that up. But like, I mean, no, they were like probably the best decals I've worked with.
Nice.
I had no issue with them whatsoever. Like
Oh,
sometimes on your metallic paints they show up, but like you can't see them on that. Like you don't see an edge. You know what I mean? Like they work really, really well.
Oh, that's such a nice build. He's just so much. There's just so much.
I want one. I gotta have one.
So much about that build. It's just
There's some on. Somebody was just saying somebody got a restock of them. I forget who it was though. It's not a cheap kit, but I'll tell you what, man, it's literally like the build of a lifetime. Like this thing was the entire thing was a treat. Like it was that good.
I'm excited. I'm excited for them to do another PG Unleashed.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the next one will probably be a Zaku.
Yeah, I will do that one in a heartbeat. Go with this.
If they do a Zaku like that, that would be something I would definitely. I'm not a big fan, but I would try stuff.
Crimson Comet.
Or a Comet. Yeah. Comet's cool, but yeah, I would turn it into a black TriStar.
Like man, it came out so good. Even on the head, like the decals came out really. Like it just. I was very impressed.
That's a top-notch kit right there, I tell you.
That is so slick looking, dude.
Gundam does propane and propane accessories.
Yeah. The other thing if I had to give it one knock on anything, it's just like I have the somewhere the LED unit for it, and like it works, but like it's not that great. And then the LEDs to light the thruster bells. That's something that annoyed me. So this is the lighted beam saber, right? But like, if you compare it to the other ones, that's what. Yeah, if you compare it to the other ones, because it's supposed to go in the backpack to like the thrusters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that what is? I was about to say, doesn't that LED light the thrusters?
Yeah, it's supposed to, but like it looks nothing like the other one. So like you have one that's like different, like they're not the same, so it would look weird.
So that you can tell the difference apart, so you don't get them confused easily.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I get it.
Man,
but like, let me see if I can I'll light it up really quick and shut this button off so you can see. Yeah, actually, it doesn't light them very well. The thrusters, like it works, but it's very meh.
Right.
That's what I've heard about it too. Is that
you can't even tell.
The Bandai brand LEDs are kind of in the category of meh.
I mean, there's some of them like the MGX, and then on that Exia, they're amazing, right? But like,
yeah,
I think for this kit, like they knocked it out of the park. Like I have no complaints. Like I don't care that the LEDs aren't that great. But it's like almost like, why would you try that when you know it's gonna? They work great on the beam. Like they look freaking amazing when you
Right.
when you put them on that. But I tried to find another one because I was like, oh man, if I could snag another one off of like Mecha Parts guy and put two of them on there, like they'd match and it would like actually like light it up, but like they're impossible to find because I think everybody. The beam saber looks great when you like that looks good, right? Like it works good on the beam saber.
That looks good on the beam saber, though. It does. I like it. It's hot.
It's not leaking light everywhere else.
Right.
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna bust out into like in the heat of the night or something with it, like. These ones, these were the ones for the real grade, but I'm just using the foil stickers on it. And then I got water slides for that too somewhere.
Okay.
I think that's what these are. Yeah, that was AWS, but it came. That's the water slides it came with the what you call it's the photo etching parts.
Oh yeah.
These work pretty good too for weather. I don't know if anybody's tried them. I can imagine you guys have, but the Tamiya Weather and Masters work really well too.
Yeah, I like those because I'm a scale model builder, so that's what those skills come from for me is stuff like that. I'm trying to transfer it over to Gundam.
Yeah, that's why I'm so excited for that other thing, that IPMS group I joined, because like their stuff is top notch. I'm like, I need to pick these guys' brains and learn.
Yep.
This comes in pretty handy. This is that little Display Omni Vice.
Yeah, I need one.
It works pretty good. Like if you're doing head stuff, like trying to detail a head or something like that, like it works excellent.
Okay.
So like that works pretty good.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, like, I acquired all this shit like in the course of a year, or not even a year, like 10 months, just like because I went. If it wouldn't have been for the fact I had that Magic the Gathering collection to sell, like it would have taken me a few years to build it. But I'm not looking back just because I don't have to deal with toxic Magic the Gathering players anymore, you know?
Yeah. So here's my 2 years of Gundam.
Goddamn, bro.
That's my backlog, and this is my station.
Nice.
So.
What booth do you have? Is that one of the?
That's one of those portable ones, and then
Okay.
the big box used to be my bearded dragon cage.
Okay.
I repurposed it after my beauty died.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, we had some issues with the water here, and she went into the throes, and I couldn't save her. We rushed to the store to get the kit to save her, and it wasn't in time. She was a great friend. She's an amazing little. She just used to crawl up here and snuggle me right here and rub me up here, and just a great.
We have two of them, and like I've heard they're like that. But like the guy you just saw up there is a grumpy bro. Like you pick him up and like he just looks so mad, and like I'll reach in and pet him just so he can turn from like the light green on his collar to the dark black and puff up because he's like, look, bro.
Yeah, okay. So, my girl, I got her when she was a finger size.
Oh, really?
That's my finger, and she used to run up and down my arm. So she was just, had her. So it was one of those things where, her coming up and cuddling with me was just normal for me and her.
Yeah.
I guess that's just a bond we had. Not all people are like that. I'm gonna say,
No.
He had a beardy that thing would like take 2 looks at you, jump up on his back legs, and run at you until it got you, and then it would try and fight you. That great little critter to watch. To watch it happen. Yeah. It's like, dude, your critter's gonna fight someone. So
like him, my friend from high school. And Jesus, I'm 39 now, so it's been a long time. But she got him somewhere, And then they got a German Shepherd, and the German Shepherd was a puppy, and he was jumping around and barking a lot, and it was stressing him out pretty bad. Like, he stopped eating. So she's like, I hate to do it, but I got to rehome him. So my mom and my sister, they live together, and they have a bunch of like snakes and stuff. And my niece wanted one because her brother, my nephew, has one. His name is Spike, and like thing this chill is how hangs out in the hand. He can reach in and pet him. He'll move his head like a cat, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my niece wasn't taking care of him very well, and I don't think my sister and my mom thinks she knows everything, but they were not. They just had like a regular fluorescent bulb in there. It wasn't a UVA, UVB.
Oh no.
And they weren't putting the calcium on his food, and we picked him up, and he was cold. They had like that cage, that's like a 100-gallon cage, or 150, and they only had like a 50-watt ceramic heater for like on top of that, and I'm like, the cage was like 60 degrees.
No.
So he was brewmating when we got him, and we took him to a store up here called Dark Frogs and Dogs, and the guy like has a lot of bearded dragons. He's like, he's probably going to be all right. He started getting that bump on his jaw that they get for not having UV. But he's like, look, you're going to need like at least a 150-watt heating element. You know, put these in there. Make sure temperature doesn't get below like 75 at night when you shut the heater off. And you need to use this bulb. So we put that on there, and we got him in like January of 2020. And by like April, he came out of the brumation, and he's doing a lot better. Like he's fine, like he's healthy, but he like when they get old, you know, they're supposed to eat mostly vegetables and fruits and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not him. He hates him. Like if you don't give him bugs, like he's like, nope, I'm just gonna starve.
Oh no.
So he's set in his ways, but he's all right. And then my daughter has one, and I call it. His name is Mochi, but I call it Crackhead because like you'll take like if we buy 50 crickets, right? I'll put like 10 in Gizmo's cage because he won't chase them. He just sits there when they walk in front of him, then he eats them. Then we just dump the rest of them all at once into Mochi's cage, and that thing will crash and knock its bowls over and run into the walls like. And it's only a little tiny. Like she's only. Oh man, like her body's as long as my sanding here, without a tail. Her body's only as long as like where my sandpaper holder is there, right? And, like, she will eat like the other 40 crickets in one sitting if you can catch them, and like she'll be bloated and everything. And then I was like, okay, we can't dump all the crickets in at once, so we kept them in like a little hermit crab, like from the fair cage, and I put the cubes in there. But then like my daughter's like, dude, I can't have the crickets here. I'm like, why? Like she sees them and hears them, and she runs and bashes into the side of her cage because she sees them and she's trying to get through her cage at them. So I'm like, all right. So we had to like just lower the cricket count to where we could just dump them in there and she could just eat them all at once. But she'll eat her veggies and everything, so that one does pretty good. Yeah. But like my daughter picks her up and holds her and stuff, and then like she'll puff up and like stand up really high in the front, but like never anything aggressive. It's kind of like, come at me, and then you come at her and she's like, all right, fair enough, and then it's just fine. You know, like it's funny. They have personality. I know everybody talks about iguanas, and I had one in their personalities, but like bearded dragons, their personalities, no matter which personality you have, it's like larger than life with them things, man. They're awesome.
Yeah, they definitely are. And my beauty, the coolest thing besides like the snuggle factor was just that, you know, I could hold food in my hand and she would gently eat it. You know, she wasn't like one of those critters that acted like she was starving, you know, so I could hold mealworms and feed her and stuff. And then she used to ride around on the dog. You know, so the difference between like one beauty to another is my beauty loved the dog. The dog and the beauty got along great. They were best friends. And then, you know, like you said, your beauty just did not like the barking and stuff of dogs.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Yeah. They're like people, man. Like I know people think they're like lower, they're not evolved or whatever, but like there's certain reptiles that like I absolutely believe they have fucking feelings and shit. Like you could tell, you know what I mean? There's certain people they like better. Like you can tell when they're upset, you know, it's crazy.
Definitely, I agree. Some of them just ain't friends at all.
No. Then we have my a buddy of mine breeds ball pythons, and he supplies like the local pet shops up in the Poconos where I'm originally from and where I was working. And my stepson's like, oh, you did a lot of research. He's like, I want a snake. And I'm like, well, what do you want? He's like, well, ball python. I'm like, all right. So I told my fiance, I'm like, I can get him one like at like what the pet shop would pay for it, you know? And he had all the different morphs. Like he had like the pastels and the banana pastels and the Mojaves and like all the different colors. And I'm like, here's this clutch. Like, which one do you want? He goes, I want that one. I'm like, you want the normal looking one? Yeah. All right, man. You know, so we got it. And like, dude, this snake, like, it went to whack him one time because it was only like so many months old when he first got it. And like after that, like he's constantly, he has a snake everywhere he walks around the house. A snake's on his neck. He had these little hats with like stretchy material on the bottom, and he puts it on his head or her head. And her name is Tina from if you ever played Borderlands, Tiny Tina.
Oh yeah.
Like, so he named her Tiny Tina, and then like puts hats on her and takes pictures and shit, man. And like the snake's still telling him out. It's great. The only annoying thing is it's better to feed them frozen thawed because there's less risk of them getting hurt when they kill the rat, you know. And it refuses. Ever since it was like freshly hatched, like he's always fed them live. My buddy did. So like we tried several times, and it's just like, nope, it's not alive. Don't want it.
Yeah.
And then like when she goes to shed, she doesn't necessarily look like she's gonna shed. Like her eye caps don't get real cloudy or anything sometimes. So you'll get her a rat, thinking she's gonna eat it, and she's like, nope, I'm good. And then that's where that cage came from. Because now it's like the snake's like, nope, shit, don't want it. And they're like, shit, now I gotta keep this rat alive, right? And then like my fiance and the kids start naming them, and I'm like, don't name it like it's snake food. Like,
Snake food. That's what its name is.
Yeah.
Snake food. Hi, Snake.
Yeah, that's fun.
the last one, they're like, that's Ringo. And then my daughter's like, I'm gonna take it back to mom's house because mom will let me keep it. So we got the cage. And then like their feet are rats, so they don't live long. So died, and we got the cage back. And then the last one, they're like, "That's Ringo 2.0," and I'm like, "No, snake food.
No more Ringo, no monster Ringo.
Yeah." My fiance's like, "No, you're right, snake food." And then we finally we tried for weeks, and then finally she ate it. And I felt bad because my fiance looked like she was gonna cry, but she's like, "No, I know it was snake food." And I'm like, dude, like I wish it sounds cruel, but I almost would rather just it's not gonna eat the rat. Like just let me grab it and pop its neck so you guys don't want to keep the damn things. Then we can freeze it and try again for the frozen thawed thing. Like I don't want you guys getting attached, you know?
No.
But,
No, I get it. Well, before me and my wife got married, we had a snake together for a while that we were kind of watching. We weren't owners or anything. It was kind of more like friends needed somewhere else for the snake to go for a few years, and we were like, sure, we'll take the snake. So our experience with snakes was that too, was this snake wouldn't eat cold or dead mice.
Yeah.
So yeah, luckily I had a buddy who he bred feeders for his reptiles, and he more than just snakes. He had a couple different kinds of reptiles that ate mice. So he was like, yeah, you can come get some of these bigger ones that I'm not doing anything with because a lot of my reptiles just eat pinkies. So no, a lot of my reptiles don't do anything with these bigger mice. So just come get them and get 3 or 4 at a time. And a king corn snake that's fully grown will eat 3 full grown mice, no problem.
Yeah.
Or 2 rats. Depending. It would eat cold and frozen if you warmed it up and wiggled it around and stuff and did all the work. But I thought it was better for the animal itself to know how to feed itself. You know what I mean? And when I put live in there, the snake knew exactly what to do. You know, there was no question about that. That guy, he got his food. So, snake instinct. And then when we had kids, after we had kids, we were like, yeah, we should probably not have snakes or any reptiles for a little while because little kids just don't listen.
No.
Don't touch, it'll bite you, you know. Oh, bite, you know, let me stick my finger until so we
snake bites you gotta watch too because they can always get infected.
So we just
but
that was the end point there. And then after the kids got to 7, my son got to 7, I was like, all right, we'll get a bearded dragon. I was like, we'll try the bearded dragon. And we had her for over 3 years. And a couple of years back, she, like I said, she just started going through the throes, man. And usually they live a long life. But we took her in and got her checked, and she had that infant disease or whatever when they're babies.
Oh, yeah.
Come back and kill them randomly as an adult. So it was that. She was, like, I was just so sad. It was, one of the only lizards I've ever raised from a baby. So for me, that was like a baby of my own. And so I don't know.
Yeah, you get attached to it, and it's understandable, especially when you have something for that long,
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I got my cat.
Yeah.
My wife's cat we've had for 14 years, and my cat I've had for 5 years. So the 14-year-old, he's something special. He's unique.
Yeah, we're getting another one on Saturday. So like 2 weeks ago, we had because she's had both dogs before me and her got together. We got together in 2019, and the one is like a beagle mix, and she was probably like between 16 and 18 years old because she was a rescue dog, so they weren't sure. But she started acting weird where so we live in town, but like she's got them trained, like a big backyard. And they'll go out, they don't go on the road, they go out in the backyard. Like the younger one, the Kyle, he'll run up right to the edge of the road and bark at people to scare them, but he won't leave the yard. So she got weird where she wanted to go outside. And I'm like, bro, you got to go out. And she would try to walk away. And she was deaf, which complicated it even more because I had to use like hand signals. And she was like, nope, not going outside. So I reached down to grab her collar. Like, it wasn't even being like a dickhead. And as soon as I grabbed it, she turned around and she fucking bit me, man. Like, I got a scar on my hand from it, like right here, because it wasn't that long ago.
That sucks.
And drew blood. And I'm like, what the hell's up with her, But then she went right outside, no problem. And it happened a couple times. And I'm like, something's not right, And then this is like 8 months ago. And then to stop her, she would stop doing that, but you could get her outside, then she would just stand on the porch. And she wouldn't go off the porch. And like I'd look out, she'd be standing there. I'm like, she's just taking her time. She's old. She probably doesn't want to go on the stairs. 15 minutes later, they both be standing there, let them in. Well, then she'd walk right past you and then go to the bathroom on the floor right in front of you. I'm like, you were just out. Like, what is going on with you, So the vet came out and he looked at her ears and he's like, she probably has some kind of fungal infection or something. I'm like, dude, she's deaf. Vets have tried everything, like nothing, whatever. If you think that's what I need, he goes, no, she looks healthy. And I'm like, maybe she's just being spiteful or something. I don't know, So we let it go. And then it finally got to the point where she would sleep all night and then she'd get up, take her out in the morning, and she might do that thing where she'd go outside and come in and go to the bathroom in front of you. And then she would go to sleep the rest of the day. And then she'd wake up between like 3 and 4 in the afternoon. And then for the next like 4 hours, she would walk to one side of the house and then stop and just stare off into space. And then walk to the other side of the house and stop and stare off into space. And she would do it for hours. And then she would go back to sleep. And then so I'm like, man, maybe she's just getting old and senile, like kind of half joking. And then we finally came to a head. We were outside and I was getting ready to go to my dad's house. And I had a weed whacker that I didn't want anymore. And he was going to take it. And got her up on the porch to let her in the house, and she saw the weed whacker, and she was gone, like, took off. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, So I jump in the van, I'm trying to find her, and she ran, like, she just started running like Forrest Gump, one direction, no idea where she was. And luckily, like, some people saw her, and they grabbed her and put her in the car. It was raining, she was freaking scared, like, shaking. Got her back home. I'm like, what is going on with her? So we finally had the vet come back out. We were telling him everything that was going on, and he goes, doggy dementia is like a real thing. He's like, they absolutely do get dementia, like very similar to human. And we're kind of thinking it might be time to put her down because like we can't even trim her nails because like she about bit me in the face. She got my beard, and because we have to like wrap her up and hold her and get one paw out at a time and try to clip them. And then it got to the point where she'd fight you so much that like we couldn't like cut them at the same. Like I really had to hold her, so she was close and she got my face. And he's like, no, she's got doggy dementia. He goes, there is a medication that we can give her that will help a little bit. He's like, but it's more or less just to give you enough time to decide to do the right thing. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right. So we just got her ashes back today. But living in town and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know if we want another dog, but we have a cat that as a foster fail because my stepson, when he was like little, he loved cats, and my fiance's like, oh, it'd be cool, I'll get a mother cat and the babies because our friend ran a rescue and we'll foster them. Well, there was one that he loved and he called Fuzzy, and he like from the time this thing was a kid, he carried him around by his head. The cat never attacked him, never growled or nothing. I've never heard this cat hiss, so they kept him, and like he's a big, huge tomcat. But like I've never heard him growl, hiss, nothing. Like even when like he's laying, if you start messing with his belly, like usually you're gonna get shredded by a cat. Like they're gonna fuck you up. He'll like take his claws, touch your skin with the claws, and then like put his mouth on your hand. And like I'm so vicious, and that's all he does to you. And like him and the dog roll around and play, and then we're finally like I was like, what, I'm gonna get another cat. So we pick him up on Saturday. We adopted another one, a kitten. So I'm kind of nervous because I don't want to. Fuzzy's old now. He's like 10, so he's a senior citizen. And I'm like, man, I wonder if this kitten's going to like drive him crazy, but he'll be all right. I know the collie's going to be excited because he likes little things. Like he'll lay there and he'll just lay like this and they jump up and bite out of his face and he kind of nudges them around his nose and stuff and plays with them. So it'll be fun. I'm excited. Not the Chars, the HG, the Charazaku?
Yeah. So at least I've gotten all the way up to the chest now, so I'm happy with that much.
That's a good kit. I've done that one. Where are you guys getting these hanger bases at, man?
Amazon.
Really?
Yeah, DIY custom chain base. But we're gonna warn you right now. It's a lot of work. These are a lot of work.
Are they?
Yeah, here.
They have them in every scale, or is it just one 144? It's just one scale that you can use for a couple of different ones.
But this one, so there's a lot of flash that you have to take off.
Okay.
Like, or else the product just doesn't look.
Yeah.
So if you get past all this flash, like, see all that flash right there?
Yeah.
So you got to take all that off. I use 2 different products to take it off. It went really quick for me.
I turned one of those pieces, Mike. I was building a control panel, so I took the inside out and I'm gonna put lights in it or something. But I'm trying to build this like control panel.
Cool. I like that idea.
Put some claw on it. We're gonna make something and run some hoses, some tubes out of it, some wires up to the mobile suit.
These are what really helped me out with a lot of the flash. I have flash match.
The Amazon one. I think I have that.
Yeah, pretty cool. And then I used, I think this is a 1mm chisel. And these chisels that I have, they're like sandpaper on the sides of them. So I turn them sideways, and you can scrape them along the plastic, and it cuts down your work time really fast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, here. Yeah, I think I have a couple of those.
Oh, Flash Masters. Oh, those are so fun, aren't they?
And those I just got. Just picked up the Tamiya hobby knife. It's pretty nice. This one's nice. Like I've already stabbed myself in the foot a couple of times with the other one because they roll off my table. Right. And I'm down here barefoot, and like the one came straight down, stuck me right in the foot, and I was like, oh no. But this has got a like a thing on it. It took me a while to figure it out, but they can't roll away. It's got that tab, which I like because I don't want to stab myself in the foot anymore.
Yeah, I got at least my hobby knife, where's the camera, it's kind of got a hexagonal thing on it. When I lay it on my table, it doesn't roll so easy, but yeah, off the table, it's like.
Yep.
It was like slow motion. I'm like, oh no, stuck. I'm like, no, man, come on.
And the scene bases. I also have another one that's a 1/100 scale. That's the launch pad for from a hangar base that launches the Gundams out.
Okay, like the catapult thing.
Yeah, the catapult. Yeah, I got that one, and it doesn't match anything else. Like I've never found anything after getting that one. I never found anything that matched it. So
another one. Huh.
Yeah, I'm still looking. It was definitely. It was like a one-off type of thing. Like that's the only thing the company ever made. Like as soon as the company made that, they're like, stopped making stuff. But the booklet that came with that kit had said it came with there was 6 other kits you could buy to go with it to build a bigger base and stuff, just like this one that I got for my 144 scale kits. And I don't know, I'm still looking for something for my 1/100 kits because this one I could modify to fit 1/100, but then it would just look like a 1/100 kit. I could never turn it back again.
Yeah.
One of those. Do it once and that's all you get. You get the one shot.
Yeah.
Right.
So maybe
I'll look into those. That's pretty sweet.
do that. Or
this is a 1/100 scale construction type platform because it's a lot bigger than the 1/144 scale.
Yeah.
So any 1/144 scale hanger thing I get, I tried making this one look like it belonged to the 1/100, but as soon as you put a couple 144 kits in here, it changes the whole dynamic.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's all. I gotta look into those.
There's my Goku picture.
Yeah, man. Ultra Instinct and then Young Goku. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, here's my Moon Gundam.
Yeah, I gotta build that. That's a sweet kit. I even got a nice action bases for it and stuff that I gotta.
Cool. Hell yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. I like that green.
It's full custom kit.
That's nice, man. Oh, I like that. The way the feet are on it. That's awesome. That had to take some time, man.
6 weeks.
What was the base kit?
It's a core Gundam inside of there, and then I took the what was the core Gundam? Earth 3 core Gundam. So there's some Earth 3 armor parts everywhere, or Earth 3 core Gundam, and then the rest of the armor is from Gundam Marchosaeus. I suck at saying the name, but it was like a pink Gundam from Iron Blood Orphans, and it had
Floros was pink, wasn't it?
I don't know. It was pink when it came out of the box, and I was like, "Oh, I don't like pink." So I was like, "We're gonna paint that."
It's the one that has the eyeball. It's the grays, right, with the eyeball on the side of its head.
Yeah. So then, I don't have very many light up Gundams. My Gundams don't really light up. This guy does. This guy lights up a lot. What is it? It's down here. All knocked over and shit.
Forget, man. It took off a little bit more. I only got a little bit of that primer left on that now. Fender through again. I gotta get this done soon, man, because I got some laundry building up down here.
Yeah.
Let me use the restroom real quick.
Yeah.
I gotta look into those bases, man. That's sweet.
Yeah, I've been looking at them for a while here, and started to take that down to start investing into them for a little bit and doing work on all these bases because it's like I'm piling up all these built kits and I want something, I want a scene or something. I want something besides them just sitting on a shelf type of thing. So
I got pretty lucky because my fiance is like, you know what? I support your hobby. You can put them in the living room. I don't know how many more you're going to put up there.
Right.
I'll have the whole house covered in them,
All right, so we have reached 2 hours over here on the live stream, so I'm going to go ahead and shut that down. But hey, anybody over there on YouTube Live, if you guys are interested in seeing more of what happens after I shut down the live, when I do get this video loaded up, you'll get to see all the extras. So don't forget to come back and watch the show again. Thank you guys for joining. See you later.
Now, the other live thing is on Friday or whatever, right?
Correct. Friday, same hours, 9 p.m. Central to, I usually run it till 2 in the morning, 2 a.m.
Okay.
because it's Friday, whatever. Some people go out and do things and, don't get home until midnight, whatever. So I try to make sure so the whole group gets a chance to come in and really interact. If we do, we go 2 hours in, take our normal break at 11, and then when we come back from break, we'll do the raffle. They usually leave the room open for everybody who's like Brian and Mike Watson and those guys who aren't like me and you and Carrie, where we're like administrators and moderators and stuff. So like those guys, they'll stay in the room and stuff and hang out and stuff while us administrators go off and take a break and everything and get ourselves reorganized for the late night. And then the late night is where we kind of like break down the language barrier and let people swear and curse and everything. Yeah. And dirty jokes are allowed and stuff. And so, and that's usually when kids are in bed and stuff. So that's what I'm actually about to do. It's because it's bedtime for you kids. After 11, bedtime.
Right on. Hey man, I got it after midnight here, so I need to personally cut it.
All right. Yeah, I shut down the YouTube already. I got the YouTube shut down. So yeah, I mean, if you're ready to cut the show for the night, I'm fine with that. I'm sitting over here. TJ, if you want to still hang out, me and you can switch over to a different channel and still kick it.
Yeah, I should try to get. My sister's coming up from Virginia tomorrow, so I gotta try to get something tonight. But the Friday one I'll definitely join. I know the last two that have been on with you guys, I haven't been doing any building or anything, but this next one I'll start cracking away to do that shield or something like that and start showing some stuff. Cool. Instead of just talking about pets for 4 hours. Sorry about that.
It all starts somewhere. It's just we're building up to that, but don't worry, it's all good.
Yeah. And Brian, I will get you that out in the mail as soon as possible. Like I said, it's all packed up and ready to go.
Don't worry about it.
And where'd your sister go? Distracting. All right, so that's with that. That's what I'll do. And like I said, maybe tomorrow or the next day. My wife has just been real hectic with work. She's had so much going on. She's a manager and stuff for a restaurant company, so she's just constantly in demand right now. She's never.
Yeah. Right. That's my fiance is going through it too. She's the quality engineer for Crayola. They're based in Yeah, and she was running like the quality engineer for the market department in a trial run of her going over top of crayons, which would be like a bump up. So she's doing that right now and it's stressing her out. So I get it.